This is the race. Qualifying was on the stream before. We've had a few technical issues and we had to restart due to either someone readying up a bit too soon or I'm not sure why. So we're here now and we will get into it as soon as people ready up. And I think
is this live, Paul? I'm not actually seeing the stream.
Yes, it's live. I shall put the
Why am I not seeing the stream anymore?
I'll put it in Discord. Are you on it?
Trying to find it now.
I will go through the grid again with you guys, just in case you missed qualifying. There, Rob, I've sent you it.
Right, it's come back now. There we go. We are back again.
And just in time to ready up, that's good.
And it is going to be a dry race.
Well, that we know of, it wasn't. We don't know if it's going to rain at the end.
No, the weather. I'm guessing Adam had set the weather to dry because it was originally meant to be a dry race.
Ah, okay. I think we should have a formation lap.
Yeah, I'll probably do a full restart.
Keep an eye on these comments. Take 55, yes, Chris. We're on our fourth go. Welcome back, Mike. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe to the page if you're watching, and like the stream, please. There is also streams on a Monday for OTL, and obviously on for OTL Elite. I'm not sure.
Sky Sports never seem to have these issues.
I think we might be ready though, because the time is going down. I'd like to see an actual F1 restart, right? Well, we did at Britain, didn't we? There was only one car on the grid.
Hungary, 2 weeks ago.
Hungary, yeah, 2 weeks ago, Hungary. As long as we see all 20 drivers on the grid, we should be fine for this race.
As long as we actually get to a grid, it will be a start, and there we go. We have cars on track, and we will start a formation lap.
So, P1, TTG, P2, Zero, P3 was Brock, he was on the medium tyre. I will just bring that up for everyone to see. ART was in 4th, Connor was in 5th on a medium, Jensen was in 6th on a medium, Noor Pumpelly 7 and 8 on the soft, Snarl Larry was on medium in 9th, and Chris Allen in make up the top 10 on mediums. All of the others, Bullard Jat, Mike, XL Rocco, Elfwise, GS Smalley, Nelly, Pedro, Lost Souls, Mitch, and OTL Dixie Noms has been moved to the back of the grid. A few of them are on hards, a few of them are on mediums. That is a very interesting call.
We've just seen the tyre strategy. It's saying 14 to 16 for a pit stop for the medium runners. So your hard runners are going to be looking to run at least 20, 22 laps about on them tyres, maybe push it all the way to softs.
I would think half of these probably can do that.
It's going to be interesting to see what the soft tyre runners are going to have to get a move on early here.
Yes.
Because there's that many different tyre strategies behind them where they could get caught up in traffic behind people on hards and mediums that are starting to wear when they're on fresh tyres, which is not going to work out well for them if they don't get a gap early.
I do think Noor and Pelly, though, they need to get past at least Connor and Jensen Maybe not Brock
Yes,
at
they
this
do.
point, but they need to get
And
past those two.
ATR Henry Rogers has got to get past Brock as well for his strategy to work. So if he's stuck behind him for the first 3 laps, a car that will be potentially slower on medium tyres, he's going to ruin his own strategy if he
Yes.
can't get them cleared.
But when you're only a 10th down on medium tyres, it might not.
Yeah,
affect
I
you.
suppose the delta isn't that big here. It's only going to be for probably 3, maybe 4 laps. Whereas the delta's there, and it's going to start to level off pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah. We're all coming to line up now.
Yeah, but the last sort of 4 cars just lining up now. And we will have another go to start the Spanish Grand Prix.
Right, here we go, guys. 1 light, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
On for a
Long lights,
long time,
and they're
lights are out.
That looked like TTG got a bad start there, but I think other people bogged down as well.
Yeah,
Brock
Zero's
like
going to try and go down the inside at turn 1.
Brock is
He's
going
got
down
the line.
outside.
Oh, close to contact. Zero's got the inside line, but TTG's held it brilliantly down the inside and just covered off the apex brilliantly into turn 3. And they're going to go through as they were for the top 3. Jensen's up into 4th, Connor's 5th. Have we had a spinner at the back? Henry Rogers, look, he was 4th on the grid, he's down to 7th.
I think the walk's gone onto the gravel. I think he may have had contact the lap before.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag. No warp. He's off. Yes, he did go off at turn 4. Yeah.
I don't think he's got wing damage. His wing seems okay, so hopefully his tyres can sort themselves out and he can carry on. Jensen's moved up into 4th. He's side by side with Connor there, going through the right-hander.
So the 2 leaders on the soft tyres have done what they need to and kept ahead of the medium tyres.
Up the inside, pushes Jensen slightly off, but I think there was enough room there. Little bit of wheel banging, but it all seems fair.
Oh, Pelly's just gone wide, trying to go around the outside of... He's lost 2 or 3 places, I think, trying to attempt that move down the outside there. Pelly's now down to 9th, which is not good on those soft tyres.
ART's lost a few places there. I don't know if he got caught up with what Newark was doing. But apart from Newark, I think everyone else got through there quite cleanly.
And Newark has retired from the session.
And it was in a pit stop, which is nice to see as well.
So Nelly's strategy at the moment is not looking brilliant, down to 13th on the soft tyres, got a lot of medium tyre runners ahead of us, he's going to need to clear quickly. Predicted pit stop between laps 7 and 9 for the soft tyre runners, so he's going to need to try and clear some of those cars, although the timing screen just seems to be jumping about a little bit. He's now showing in 9th, he was 13th a minute ago, so I think he's just got a few... Wait for the timing screen to settle down as Lost Souls 6 for 3-second time penalty for warnings.
Position change. Lost Souls is actually up 6 places as well, so he must have had a great start from 18th to get into 12th. Rocco's moved up 3 as well, and Chanel Larry's moved up 3. And I think Larry's on the medium compound. Yes, he is. So he's put himself in front of ART as well in that front group here in 6th. Smalley's doing okay still on his hard compound tyre. He seems to have a little gap behind him as well, so that'll be good for him. DRS is enabled as well, so we might be able to see a few overtakes here. Mitch has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, probably corner cutting. Try and keep with these front guys though. Obviously the 2 on the soft tyre haven't pulled away from Brock as fast as I thought they would in these first 3 laps.
Yeah, there's kind of a consistent gap between the first 6 of sort of 5-6 tenths all the way around.
Yeah, there's a little gap though to Connor. I think he was that leader gap.
Still within DRS, is he, I believe? No, he's just outside it, so he may now start to become vulnerable from Jensen behind. Unless he can get back into DRS through sector 3 onto the main straight.
Oh, Larry's very close. Big bunch up of cars here. You can see on the map in the bottom right, they're all within this last sector still.
Yeah, it's very close.
If anyone's going to get a good enough pull out this last corner. Zero,
Rocco with
like,
a penalty for corner cutting, I would say, at this point.
yes, I would say so too. Connor's
Connor sets the fastest lap on the mediums. So are those soft tyres starting to not be the preferable tyre already?
Connor had a little bit of a gap though, didn't he? I don't know how bunched up. Oh, Jensen, he's just been overtaken by Larry there. I don't know if he made a little mistake going into turn 1 and 2, but that's allowed him through.
Oh,
and Chris has just got through as well. Chris just got through
Henry
on
went
ART.
Yeah, he went wide at the exit of turn 4, just caught the grass, I think, ever so slightly. He's now going to come under pressure into the second DRS zone by Pelly, I think, up this hill.
Pelly right behind him as well.
Yep. This could be a move, potentially a move down into the hairpin if Pelly can line it up right onto the back straight.
The problem is they've all got DRS coming down here.
Yeah, he's not going to be close enough. He's going to have to bide his time on this one and maybe look for it on the main straight. But again, in a DRS train of 5 now, it's not going to be easy to get any moves done. Front 4 are starting to get a gap now. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, sector 2 and 3. We have a spinner and a retirement, I believe.
We have, and that
was Adam is in the
Adam.
Wall, I believe.
Is that going to bring it out? It's brought out a safety car as well, lap 4.
Oh,
so
and that's now, and Pedro's decided to dive straight into the pit lane as there was.
Has pit.
And Mike has jumped in as well, and F. Lewis has gone in with him, so they might get a good jump on strategy here.
They might do. The 4 people who obviously hadn't gone past the pit lane.
Mike has gone onto the mediums, I believe. Going to be interesting now for the soft tyre runners what they do at the front of the 2 now that we're trying to get a little bit of a gap. We're going to have lost all of that. We'll extend the stint on the soft tyres for maybe 2 more laps, but there's going to be no gap to box into now. They're going to be coming out right at the back by the middle of the patch.
The thing is, if they box now anyway, they're going to be at the back, and after 2 more laps, then not. I mean,
it's a difficult situation to be in this if you're on a soft tyre right now.
Yes. Yeah, it is. There's only 3 of them. It'll be interesting what they do. Mike went to the medium tyre.
They could take the pain now and maybe get away with it later if they box now. Yes, they're going to drop towards the back of this front pack, but there's 5 cars that have already fitted that they might jump. Yep, and TTG's gone in and so has Zero. They both decide to pull the trigger on that one and get off those soft tyres while they can.
Is ART
coming the others in? Yep, they're all the soft tyre runners are in. The last 4 that are on softs have now got rid of all of them.
We also had Jensen and Chris's pit from the medium
Yeah, both
tyre.
coming off the medium straight away, which is an interesting move because them tyres would have gone quite a lot further.
He's put the hards on. Chris has put the hards on. Jensen's put the hards on. Maybe they're going to the end. ART's put medium compound on. He'll probably do another stop.
He's going to have to pit again now. They'll not do 27 laps, but the hard tyre could technically, I suppose. Towards the end, it might be quite a slow tyre, but 27 laps, I think this calibre of driver can definitely make it go.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, the ones who started on that hard tyre, only Mitch has stayed out, Nelly and Smalley, they've moved up to 7th and 8th, but Mike had to put the medium on. I don't think that will go to the end.
No, I think Mike and ATR are probably going to have to box again.
Yes. The top 6 still on their mediums after 5 laps. I mean, they can stay out still for a 1 stop anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, they can push that probably now to lap 20, but then that's just a 30... It's a difficult strategy that now, because they can push them to lap 20, but then it's just 13 laps on hards, which is... You're not getting the lifespan out of the hard tyre, you're just losing delta.
Do you push another couple of laps and then try and do 10, 11 on soft? Fresh soft?
That is an option. If you're good with tyre wear, you could definitely try that as an option. It's probably going to be more beneficial than putting hards on for 11 laps, because that's just not going to feel great. It's going to take 3 for him to warm up.
Pedro has
and the safety car is in this lap.
Oh, that was quick.
The field's all bunched together. So let's see how we go with the restart. We've got Brock, Connor,
we'll go
Sean Larry and Rocco.
We'll keep on board with Snarl Larry. See when Brock pushes this. Actually, he's taking it out of the last
holding them on the final corner. I think he's just taking his time. He's gone for it now. Oh, he's in the lost on exit the final corner though. And now Connor's going to get a real drive on. down the main straight onto turn 1.
It's going to be close though.
It was a big moment for Brock there on the exit of the final corner.
Sitting behind both of them.
Brock has not managed to hold in a nice move on the outside by Connor, the exit of 1 into 2, and he's going to hold that through 3 as we go into 4. It's a big moment for Brock on the exit of the final corner that caused that one.
Chris Allen just got through on ART and Elfwise just got through on Mitch, but apart from that I think everyone else had a clean couple of corners and got through them okay. Lost Souls, he's still sitting there in 6th. Good effort by him.
The interesting thing to watch now will be the gap between 6th and 7th, because that's where the mediums to hards kind of runners start, and see what gap the front 6 can pull.
These medium guys will need to try and push a good 15-20 seconds. Well, 15 seconds.
The problem they're going to have is they're all battling with each other. There's literally a line of 6 cars that are covered by probably 2.5 seconds.
Yes.
If they're not careful, they will slow each other down and give that hard tyre runners a much easier time of keeping up.
Oh, TTG just went a bit wide and then...
But Connor's had a great restart lap there. I mean, he's taken the lead and pulled 3/4 of a second gap over Brock.
Yeah, he got past Brock down the straight as well, so he's just pulled that out from there. I don't know if no one's close enough to make a move. I think Zero, no, he's just behind Nelly there. HRT has just gone back past Chris, and Chris is up the inside of him. That was flying all over the field. It was very hard to overtake her actually. We found that out on Monday.
Yeah, it can take a while. You need to set up a move. There's probably 2 places, the hairpin or the end of turn 1. Other than that, you've just got to try and keep close to the car in front and set your move up for later on in the lap.
So Rocco sitting in 4th and Lost Souls sitting in 6th at the moment with 3-second penalties, and ART down in 12th. Mitch has 8. I think those 3 at the top have to stop again though. Mike just got past Chris, going into the last sector as well, down the straight.
Jensen battling with Zero and ATR, and there's DRS is now enabled on this lap. This could start to see some moves on the hard tyre runners in the middle.
I don't know if Jensen's got the straight line speed here.
He's using the overtake button as Mike looks for a move behind, but neither of them are going to be close enough to go for that into turn 1. And then this is the section where you just literally, you've got to just sit behind the car ahead and wait for the next DRS zone.
Yes.
It's going to take a brave move into any of these corners now, into either hairpin to make it a move stick. But Mike, is he going to go for it? No, he decided to fight another day on that one.
He had a very good qualifying ART. I don't know if he's struggling slightly.
Yeah, I think his start didn't help him. He seemed to lose quite a few places off in the first couple of corners. But obviously he has now put the medium tyres on, so he's probably going to have to make a second stop at some point. So he's going to try and get through some of this traffic if he can.
Connor's found a gap. He's broken DRS off Brock, 1.5 seconds now, so he's pulled away slightly. These guys, what are they after? Smalley's only 7 tenths behind Lost Souls, 8 tenths, and he's on that hard compound bit. Then he has done 8 laps. TTG is the closest one, who may go
Yeah, we're starting to see a gap there between TTG and Nelly now. It's 2.5 seconds. Nelly's got quite a few cars lined up behind him.
Yes,
which could make him vulnerable to some DRS.
I think a couple of these will want to get past, especially Zero and Jensen. They'll want to get past Nelly and try and catch back up to TTG, because if he gets that gap, he could go to the end on those hards.
But Nelly does look like he's got decent straight line speed, even with DRS. They weren't even, close enough to even make a lunge into turn 1. So he looks like he's got decent straight line speed. He might have sacrificed some downforce in the mid sector just for the straight line speed.
Oh, I think Larry might try and take Brock on the next DRS zone if he's close enough. Still very close.
He's pretty close, 3 tenths. I just don't think that straight's long enough. He needs to be much closer than that coming out that corner.
Oh, he's got some straight line speed off that though. No,
he's not going to be near enough. If he sticks it together in this final sector, he should have a good clean run into turn 1. I'll stay on board with him and see how he hangs through the final sector. Nice
It's all very
there.
clean, isn't it?
Into the right hand at the top of the hill, yeah, it's very clean, respectful racing. As we go into the chicane, horrible place to try and follow a car through to the back end, just wants to slip round on you. Brock's pulled a little bit of a gap, 4 or 5 tenths, he might, just depends. No, the straight line speed that Schneider's got, he's just got him easy. Wow, that was a massive
Brock's
overspeed
gone
there.
on the inside to defend, but he has
just
past
it,
it very,
it was
very
just
easy.
the straight line, the overspeed with the DRS and the ERS there was just huge, and there was nothing Brock could do.
Back at him though. No, I think Snow just blocked him off a bit. Yeah, it was there.
He's just covered that off nicely. Again, Brock's now got to try and do exactly the same. He's got to hold in through the middle sector and just aim for sector 3 and try and get back on the main straight.
Oh, Jensen's overtaken Nelly there, and so is Zero. They've got past Nelly now, but they look at that gap. 4 seconds.
They've lost 4 seconds. They're going to have to probably try and drag each other along now with some DRS and some ERS and see if they can close that gap down a little bit in some free air. Nelly might get passed by ATR now on this back straight because they're very close. There's literally a 10th in it as they go into the back straight. DRS and ERS on. He's going to dive down the inside. Will he make it? Yes. Nice move on the inside into the hairpin. Just runs out wide to take the airpix into the next one, and that move is done.
Mike's the next one I think he'll want to get past now. But that gap that they've formed, that's big, isn't it? When you're battling another car, it's very...
Yeah, that 4 second gap that they've got now. But is Mike now going to be able to set up a move down into turn 1? He's quite close to Nelly, but he will have DRS himself. Yeah, Nelly's straight line speed does look very good.
Nelly's almost out of DRS, so I think that's alright.
Yeah, that's now going to come back to haunt him probably later in this race as things start to pan out. Oh, he's nearly lost it on the exit of turn 2, and Mike has slipped through quite nicely as we're going to turn 3. Great reactions from Mike there, because he could have collected him so easily there.
Chris is going to come up the inside of him as well, I think. Yes, he is. Very clean.
It's been a bad couple of laps for Nelly in the end. They've lost 4 or 5 positions there in the space of a lap and a half. He's going to have to just try and hang on to the back of these now and see if he can keep with them.
He's got Pelly behind him as well before the next gap forms as well. We've got 2. Connor has pulled away though. Looking at Connor, I will look at the gap to the hard runners.
Yeah, and back up to Sean.
He's got a 5 second gap from the lead to the first TTG soft hard compound runner who may go to the end. The gap's still growing.
Oh, we've got a yellow
ART
flag.
had a spin in the last sector.
Looks like he's back going, is he now? We're going to maybe have a pass for second place here yet. Sean's going to get Brock down quite easily again on the main straight. That DRS just seems really overpowered. The moves are just not even difficult if you're going to do something out the final corner. Front 6, all done 12 laps on mediums. Going to have to try and push another... If they want to go to soft, they're going to need to push at least another 7, 8 laps. Give them 11 laps on the softs if they want to do that.
Yes. They probably could push that. They'll have a big advantage over these hard runners, but there's not a big gap forming. I can't see a big... Well, from TTG anyway. Zero's starting to catch up now as well. They would
be dropping into the mid-lower pack, really looking at it.
Yes.
I mean, there's a couple of gaps, but nothing that's... You're looking at 22, 23 seconds, I think, for a pit stop here, so they're going to need... It's either run as far as you can.
It may even put them down in between Pelly and ART, in between 14 and
Yeah,
15.
that's sort of... Yeah, they're looking sort of down there at least. It's going to have to just keep pushing, I think, now for these medium runners and see what they can do. See if there's a safety car, maybe run and hope for that at this point.
Brock does have
TTG and Zero and Jensen are probably sitting quite happy right now. They probably don't want any more safety cars or anything, because their strategy should come back towards them in the last sort of 10 laps.
Yes, it will. Obviously, Smalley needs to pit. He stayed out on his hards from the start. Oh, Jensen's got Zero there.
Jensen's passed Zero again on the main straight.
He's taking that second curb like that.
And now he's got the 4 second gap. He's got some clear air he can run in, so he may be able to start just closing some of that gap down and really start to put pressure on the medium tyre runners. Because that's the only really main gap in the field. If he starts closing that down, the medium tyre runners have got nobody there to hide at this point.
Chris is doing well in 12th as well. That'll bump him up as well. He's sitting quite happy behind these guys and Mike.
And since Shah's passed Brock, he seems to be bridging that gap to Connor now. It's not extending at all.
No, it's staying roughly the same.
2.2 to 2.4. He's keeping that quite well. He's not out of DRS though on Brock, so Brock will come back in towards the end of the first straight. But probably he's a little bit too far back to make a move. Yeah, it's 7/10 over the line, so he'll not be close enough to try and do anything about that. But it will be dragging in as we have a pit stop.
Yes.
Rocco has gone into the pit lane to get rid of those medium tyres. I'm guessing it's going to be another set of mediums.
I don't know.
Unless, I don't know what he started on, unfortunately, at this point. He's gone for the hards, so he's going for the hards for 18 laps to finish.
He started on those medium tyres.
I mean, he was 4th, 5th, and look where he's come out now, and he's 16th. And so the medium tyre runners are going to see that.
I mean, the hard tyre from there, that will be very good for him to get.
Yeah, it'll comfortably make it. It's just whether he can start using that to make a bit of an undercut on them ahead of him.
Yes.
Because he does have a bit of clear air. He's got 3.5 seconds to the car ahead of him, which he can start to use that gap and then fresh tyres.
I think Lost Souls has done quite well, you know. Starting at the back, he had that great start. He's up the 5th. I know he's got a pit, but he's kept up with these guys at the front, and I know a few of these are very fast. I've never seen Lost Souls, but he seems like he's doing quite well there.
Yeah, I mean, the front 5 now are just looking at running as long as they can. I think I don't see what options they've got right now. Although Connor has now, that last lap, he's really putting either a good lap there or Sean Larry's had a bad lap, which is 7/10 of the gap that's been pulled out in that one lap.
Oh, is Chris close enough here? On Mike? I think Mike got back past Chris actually on that last. Zero slowed down a bit.
Mike is on the medium tyres, so we do expect him to be quick at this point. They're only 10 laps old, so they probably are still the faster tyre.
Oh, ART
picks up another 10 or That's now 6 seconds for himself. We've got Jack on 6, Lost Souls on 3, Chris on 3, Pelly on 3, and XL Rocco with 3.
I think something may happen to Jensen because Zero moved to 8.
Yeah, Jensen has dropped down somewhere. Oh, Jat's something's gone wrong. He's crashed, and there's been a big accident.
And there is a safety car. Lap 16
Lost Souls and Jat, I believe, may have had a collision there. As we've got one car is out, and the other is not moving on the grass at the moment.
SFR.
With major front wing damage for Lost Souls.
He has waited to come back on safely as well. He's lost a lot of places there, but fair play to Elfwise for giving him the place back as well. I think he had to, I'm not sure. I'm mistaken.
I think the game probably would have told him to this. Lost Souls was back on track.
Everyone who needed to pit has pit. Connor's pit.
This has really helped them out now.
They are putting on hards.
Yeah, it's a free stop they had to do because there's no point waiting and running there because it's.
Where are they?
Mike's in. The Mercedes are double stacking. Everybody's in. The Mercs are double stacking.
Pelly has stayed out and he's put himself into P4. He stayed out on 10 lap old hard. So did Zero and so did TTG. So some people have put mediums on. Smalley, Mike, Jensen, Nelly, ART and Chris have all put on mediums to the end.
Pedro's picked up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, unfortunately.
He might serve that now, I think he might.
I think, was it on the exit? Oh no, it was on the way in, I think.
Where's Mitch going? Oh, he has been lap blessing. He's doing okay, you know, he's still in there. He might be in 3rd place. He'll have to keep up with Zero for the safety car restart though, if Connor won't want a potential.
It's worked quite well for Connor. That he's got a free pit stop. He's only, he's lost 2 places, but the cars in front of him are on much older tyres now.
Yes, he's on fresh tyres. He had he only had a 3-second gap. Instead of him coming out in 13th, he's come out in 3rd. So he's had a bit of luck. So does Snow Larry. He's come out in 5th, and Brock is 6th.
But we now have an interesting scenario of 7th to 12th, who we thought were going to stay on to the end on the hard, and now on the faster tyre.
Yes, Pedro's put
so it's kind of totally swung. That's not going to go to the end. That just can't, surely.
I think he might be. He might try for fastest lap here. You've got it in him.
I think he may have to do 2 sets of softs if he's going to do that. I can't see them doing 16 laps on them tyres. There'll be nothing left of them by the end. But could get interesting now because we've got the front runners, 3 of them on old hards, 3 of them on fresh hards, and then 6 cars behind on fresh mediums.
There is quite a gap between medium and hard here as well, isn't there?
And the hard tyres after a safety car are going to take probably 2 laps to switch on before they feel good. They're going to be cold and slippery to start with.
Front runner on medium is Smalley as well.
Yeah, Smalley, Mike Jensen, Nelly, ATR and Chris are probably the ones that are going to be really looking to come through the field now. And I shall be back with you shortly.
Alright, mate. Lost Souls is left. Thank you, Matt. You saw that. Murray Walker and James Hunt would be proud. Nice commentary, lads. Thank you, David. Very kind of you. You're able to turn full map on, mate. Ah, I thought it was on. It is on. Sorry, Mr. Peter. It's on there now, anyway. So lap 18. The safety car will be in this this lap as well.
And then back with you.
Yeah, we did. The safety car's just about to come in, I think. This lap.
No, good timing.
Oh no, sorry, someone pit. Was that Mitch? Yeah, he come off his hards and he put No, it wasn't Mitch. That was Pedro. He put mediums on. I don't think it will come in this lap now, you know. I don't think it is, no. No, one more lap. That might help these medium runners. It won't wear their tyres out as much.
Well, 15 laps. I mean, the ones that started on mediums, it said 14 to 16, so they'll definitely make it to the end now.
Yeah, they've got 14 with half
they'll
the fuel,
be comfortable towards the end there. They're going to be quick now then. I think TTG, Zero and Pelly may be in trouble here. They may get swamped quite quickly. Them old hard tyres are not going to feel particularly good for 3 laps.
No.
And they're not going to be particularly fast, especially with the guys behind them on mediums now.
But those medium runners do have to get past 2 or 3 others on hards. And Connor, as we've seen, he is quite quick. So
yeah, Connor's probably in the strongest position right now. If he can clear TTG and Zero early on his fresh hards, he might be able to get a gap before the mediums clear the rest of the hard runners.
And another safety car will just throw it all in the air.
Another safety car, and it's anybody's game then, because you're going to get people chancing it for softs. If we get another safety car in 4 laps time, people are going to bank on softs and just go for it.
Yeah. And that would put TTG, Zero and Pelly in a hell of a position. If they can...
well, it depends, because unfortunately they're going to be at the back.
Yeah, but there is no DRS for 3 laps, so you never know.
Yeah, but any pit stop by anybody now is going to leave them, you know, seriously.
Pelly does have that 3-second penalty, though. So that might come into play at the end of this race.
You'd say the favourite right now, based on what you can see and what we've seen so far, would be Connor. If he can clear these front 2, you know, pretty quickly after the restart, which should be this lap, I believe. Yeah, the safety car is coming in this lap. So I'm going to stay on board with Connor to see if he can get a run on the front 2.
I think Mitch actually came out of in between Zero and Connor, and he retired.
He did at one point, and then he's got out of the way and retired. Oh, have we had a collision with Pelly and Connor?
That was very close.
Very close. Very, very close.
I'm on board with Pelly. That was a bit close. Anyway,
I was on board with Connor, and we were literally right side by side. And Connor's going to come out the final corner with a great run on Zero. Zero's in trouble here. He's going to get past, I think. This could be a great restart for Connor, who's really got a run on him, but Zero does have good straight line speed by the looks of it.
I think he will have him though. He's gonna Zero's going to be inside to defend anyway.
He's going to have to go the long way, but this will give him the best line through turn 2 though. Connor's played that really well. He'll have the best line through turn 2, and Zero's going to have to back out of that.
That's a great overtake. Any more position? ART got
and Mike's now picked up a penalty, Advig,
Lost Souls,
which is going to be unfortunate for him.
I don't know if he had
Lost Souls, I believe, has left the session unfortunately, but his car is still going round, so he's not with us anymore.
So we'll take him out.
Jensen, Mike and Smalley haven't managed to make a move on any of the hard runners on that first couple of corners. In fact, they've lost a second there.
Yeah, Mike's down by a second. He will want to get that back before DRS opens up.
Yeah, he's going to need to get that back quickly because
everyone's very close through there again.
Yeah, the medium tyre runners need to keep within DRS now because this is their kind of race. It's the next 5 laps to clear some of these hard runners.
They're all very clean around this track, though, aren't they? Most of these, they're not making mistakes.
But as we've seen, though, any of these curbs can just unsettle your car so easily.
Yeah, a few have gone anyway. 4 of them have already gone through mistakes on curbs or...
But Connor's pass on the restart is, as I found out on Monday when I was battling, the outside line into 1 gives you such a better run into 2 that you can just cover the racing line, and you've always got that move done from there.
He has lost a second though. I don't know if that was because of the fight through Zero. Look at the way he goes over.
No, he was much nearer than that going into the final sector. I think he just lost a bit of time in the final sector.
Chris has made a move on Nelly there. He had to go a bit wide.
Is Nelly going to try and come back up the inside? No, he's not going to be close enough.
He's not close enough for the switch back.
Mike's got that gap down to half a second now, so he's really closed that back up impressively well in half a lap.
And he's sitting on the back of Rock.
Yeah, this puts the medium tyre runners now in a strong position. But the DRS train is going to help them.
Is Pelly being taken by Schnell, Larry? I'm not sure if he was fourth. Yes, he has. Is he coming to fourth?
Yes. Yeah, so that's Pelly now.
But he's having a very good race anyway. He started near the back, didn't he, as well? So
it depends how well he can hang on to them tyres now. 14 lap old hards are not going to feel great at this point.
And he's got Brock, Mike, Smithy, Jensen, and ART right behind him.
If he's outside DRS anytime soon, which he's starting to head towards that way, he could become swamped pretty quickly by cars behind him that are on much fresher, faster tyres at this point. Yeah, he's outside a second now as DRS comes in, so Nelly by the end of this lap, if he isn't careful, could be in a little bit of trouble.
GS Smalley's very close to Mike. I don't think, no. Rocco's got past here on the outside.
Yes,
to inside.
It's down into turn 1. As much as the medium tyre runners are going to want to battle, they kind of need to work together at this point to basically DRS themselves past Pelly. He's the first target that they've all got. Oh, we had a yellow flag at the end of sector 1 as Pedro had a spin. Yeah, Pedro's had a spin.
Yep, he's had a spin, but he's still in and he still has all his wings, so he'll be able to just keep going to the end.
Nelly's had a good... Oh, he's just dropped back outside again. This is going to become critical now for everybody's racing. And Nelly's outside DRS as they go onto the back straight, which gives Brock, Mike, Smalley and Jensen the big opportunity now.
Connor has caught back up to... caught back within DRS though of...
yeah, that'll take a couple of laps though from 9/10 on the main straight.
Zero's dropped back. Pelly's dropped back a bit now. I think this lot... Oh,
yeah, Pelly's been passed by Brock on the outside. Yeah, I think Pelly's starting to struggle on those tyres now. Oh, but Pelly's kind of pinched Mike into the inside there, and Mike hasn't got anywhere to go. Oh, bit of touching and banging of wheels there. TTG's
free
now going to get passed by Mike, is he?
Over. Pelly has been kind of forced out by Mike and TTG there.
But will Mike be able to take the inside into turn 1? Yes, he will. It's side by side, and Mike has gone through. That's a big move for Mike now.
Have a run on the inside or outside of TTG. He's had to back out slightly. That's good clean racing though. GS Smalley was looking up the inside. Jensen's on the outside. He's touched grass.
Oh, Jensen's ended up. He's had a spin. Jensen's gone round. That's unfortunately ruined what could have been a good push from him.
Ghosted.
Yeah,
that's a shame because he was
looking
into
with a lot of cars. Oh, we've got another spinner. Have we XL Rocco? No, managed to hold it together.
I think he lost a couple of places there.
Chris
is everyone's very close going up this gap. They're all stuck behind this.
GS Smalley's gone on the inside of the airplane, and is he going to make that stick?
I think he is.
Wow, yes, he's done it. Yeah, that's him through. So some of these medium tyre runs are starting to push through now. Pelly's beginning to struggle. I think now it's just looking. Yeah, I think them tyres are just not feeling it anymore at all.
I think Chris will...
Oh, and back end's going to go around on him. Oh, he's managed to hold it brilliantly.
Free as well. That's one. That might be Jensen.
That's Jensen. Yeah. I think them tyres are cooked.
Yeah, his tyres have cooked up.
And Chris is going to get Pelly now on the main straight.
Look, Chris is going to get Pelly. His ART is going to get both of them. ART might have the inside line for turn 2 if he can hold
No,
it.
Chris has held
No.
it. Chris has held it nicely. That was good. Good defending.
Oh, he had a
but-
wobble though.
oh,
And that's taken,
Who's
was
gone?
that Rocco with him? No, that was
ATR
Nelly.
has gone, and Nelly's gone. Yeah.
Nelly got caught up behind him. There was nothing ART could do. He'd already lost control of his car when he come off the curb, but unfortunately, I think Nelly went straight into the back of him. There was absolutely nothing he could do.
That's again. I think he's caught the curve of 2 there, and that's
Yeah, he
just
has.
as it does. It's just thrown the car around.
That dirty air from Chris's car probably didn't help either.
But this is helping the front
Pelly's
4
car.
now because they've got a bit of a. Well, sorry, should I say the front 3 have managed to get a bit of a gap with all that going on behind them. There's now a 3-second gap between Zero and Brock.
Zero, I think, got past Brock. No, Snow Larry's got past Zero. I think he's up into
Yes,
second.
into second. He's doing well.
Something happened
chasing
to
after Con.
TTG then because he was in first, and he's now moved down to 6th. So we've missed that.
That must have happened a few laps ago.
That must have happened
that
the
much,
same-
that much going on after the restart.
It must have happened literally the same lap as the Rocco and
Now here comes
Williams.
Mike. Mike's going to get past Brock, I think, into turn 1. Yep, moved on easy.
Yep, clearly he's on the medium compound, so he'll want to be pushing that
Yeah,
3-second
Mike
gap
is
now to
pushing now.
Zero.
He's got 8 laps. He's got 6 seconds to make up on the leader in 8 laps.
And you think he's got I think it's a 3-second time penalty. Let's just have a look. Yeah, Mike's got a 3-second time penalty as well, so he'll want to clear Zero and try and get as far up the road as he can.
It's not going to be easy now, but
It's not going
I
to be
mean,
easy. Oh,
but
Brock had a
Zero-
little moment there.
Zero's tyres are 18 laps old now, so he might be able to close that gap
ART
pretty
has
quickly.
Retired in the pit lane. I don't know if his car's going to re-enter. Jensen pit, he's put Sauce on, he's going to go for fastest lap in the last
We have another yellow flag in
8
sector
laps.
1.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
ART's
ATR's
car.
Yeah.
Hopefully it disappears off the track. Obviously Jensen is in 14th at the moment. Lost Soul's car isn't, well, it's there, but he's in ghost mode. He has been for a while, so we'll try and keep with these front runners.
Yeah, I'm just
Zero-
watching Mike. He's pulled 6 tenths in that first lap in clean air.
Yep, Zero might get past Snow Larry here. I don't know if he's got enough pace to do so. No,
just not
I
close
don't
enough.
think so. He is on the. His tyres are 11 laps older though, so for pace it's not too bad.
He's doing well, but unfortunately, them two fighting for them, he's helping Mike.
That might change a few things as well. Smalley just got a 3-second penalty.
That puts him level with everybody in that group that he's with now.
Yes, it does.
But he won't lose out to that at the moment.
Do we have anyone close? There's a few gaps that have formed anyway. Obviously, Chris is now second behind. Rocco's 3 behind him. Pelly's close enough, but he's still on his old hards.
Yeah, I think Pelly's dropping back now, unfortunately. I think them tyres have just given all they've got to give for him.
I think he might have enough gap to Elfwise behind him. Obviously, the mediums will start going off lap in another
1.3 seconds. He needs to bridge it for another couple of laps and then he may be safe. Mike's not really taking much out of Zero this lap.
Zero is very close again. Though,
Zero
just
is
Larry.
getting DRS off the car in front.
That's the problem here. Mike can make up so much time in the corners, but as soon as he gets to the 2 DRSs, he's going to lose maybe a couple of tenths, 3 tenths. This has gone back up by 2.5, 3 tenths.
And Connor's just sailing out front, 2.5 seconds, nice gap. I said at the restart that once then, if you got rid of the people on older hard tyres, he was clear, and it's kind of playing out that way at the moment for him.
Smalley did just get past TTG there as well on his medium, so he'll be trying to push now for Brock and try and pass him. He has got that penalty as well now, so
Yeah, so he's going to need to push and get a 3-second gap if he can.
Try and push up nearer to Mike and see where that leaves him. Zero's doing very well on those 20 lap old hard tyres to stick with.
He is. I expected Mike to be catching up at a faster rate than what he is actually in the end. I mean, that first lap he took half a second, and then the last 2 laps it's just kind of plateaued a little bit.
That's it. I mean, TTG, I think he made a mistake to drop down where he was, but he was also doing very, very well in first. The medium tyres are a lot quicker though.
Zero at the minute can kind of just sit where he is. The car in front's got time penalty. So at the
Snow
minute,
Larry has
he
a
can just
penalty as well, yeah.
yeah, so he can just sit in the DRS. It's keeping him away from Mike because he's gaining on the straight.
But I mean, look,
just kind of sit there.
It's just gone back up to 2.9 last time here. It was 2.7, so he's actually gaining now a bit. But Mike passed
Are
Brock.
those medium tyres going off a little bit now? Because Brock's now coming back at Mike. It's down to 3/10 that gap again.
I saw that. TTG's gap to Chris, though, is 1.6 seconds. We're going to have to keep an eye on that with 5 laps left, 6 laps left. Pelly is close to Elfwise as well.
No, but Elfwise has passed Pelly there.
Oh, is he past him?
F. Lewis,
Oh,
yeah,
F.
F. Lewis was behind him by 1.3. Nelly's tyres, I think, have just... He's falling off now.
Yeah,
he may have picked the fastest lap or something if he feels like they've gone.
Oh, Chris has just got a 3-second time penalty. Another one. I think that puts him on 6. It does. So Rocco's only 2.4 behind him, so he'll want to push forward another 6/10 by the end.
But he's stuck in a bit of traffic at the moment. It's going to be hard for him to push on because he's in that 1 second window where the dirty air is just going to keep washing out on every corner on him.
I'm not actually sure he's going to get DRS here.
No, he won't get DRS, but they're all kind of sat in a dirty air train now where they can't really gain.
He's within the... Yeah, he's got DRS. He just kept that... He got a 10th down.
Brock might pass Mike here down the main straight, and he has. Brock is back ahead of Mike.
And GS Smalley's right behind them as well. Zero got past Snow Larry as well down that straight, so 11 lap different hard tyres aren't showing what you would think they would in difference of speed. I know he had DRS.
Yeah, but
he's drained
the medium tyres I think
have
not worked as expected at all. And the old hards have not dropped off at all. For some drivers, obviously Pelly appears to be struggling with them now, but Zero's held on to them really well.
I think we may have missed the fastest lap there.
Jensen took the fastest lap with a 16.4, I believe.
16.4, that's like my quali time round here.
Might be interesting to see if Mike can get past Brock again on this main straight.
He's very close. Smalley's very close behind him as well. They're both within that half a second gap.
And Brocky's now faster. He's catching Sean Larry by a good half a second on that lap, and he's dragging Mike with him with the DRS.
Yes, he is. That'll push Mike forward. If Mike or GS Smalley can get past Brock here, they can.
Oh, Mike's lost it on the entrance to turn 1. He's going to have to run wide through 2, and this might cost him against Smalley. Smalley may go for the inside. Yeah, but Mike's cut him off. Oh, onto the grass. That was near the Rosberg Hamilton from 2016, and it has ended in a
Smalley has spun, but I think he's managed to half keep the car.
Has clipped the wall. That was so reminiscent of Hamilton Rosberg 2016. The overspeed was there, and Mike was gone to cover off the inside, but Smalley was just there, nowhere for either of them to go in the end.
That's a shame because he was doing well in 6th.
And that's left Brock with a comfortable run now.
I think he needed to try and clear Mike though, because obviously he's got that penalty. Nelly's now
he's seen the gap and he's gone for it, and unfortunately it's just not worked out for him in the end.
Yeah.
But now Brock is within 2 seconds of the 2 guys ahead of him, so can he push on in these last 3 laps and try and get back?
Mike is catching him up though.
Yeah, Mike's just been involved in the...
Chris is catching Mike up.
Yeah, obviously Mike was part of that incident with Smalley, so that was, what's cost him on that lap.
I don't know if he's got wing damage. I wouldn't think so, because it was more rear or side.
It was rear wheel.
He might have rear wing damage.
But Brock is now actually sat in a net 3rd place due to Sean Larry's penalty at the moment, because he's only 2.2 behind with a 3-second penalty ahead. Connor's got this in the bag now, 3.6 clear, he's just run away from everybody.
He's put his head down since that safety car, and he's just got past TTG. I think he had a spin, and then he's just put his head down and run off with it, really.
But looking at the position games, I mean, Sean Larry's had a great race, he's up 6 places, Mike's up 7, XL Rocco's up 5,
yeah, Mike's up 7,
Smalley's
up
6.
Chris is up 4 as well. Rocco's up 5.
Connor the leader's up 4 places as well.
Yeah, he is. He started 5th on the grid.
Might end up
Maybe.
having a pass for second here, maybe on the main straight.
Oh, that's
Oh no, he's just lost on the exit of the final corner.
Chris might have Mike here. Mike's just had a terrible end drag off that. He's going to get him quite easily here, actually. So that moves Chris up a place. He needs to push on now because he's got that 6-second time penalty over Mike's 3. So he's going to try and. Yeah, I know he's only going to
be difficult to bridge that in 2 laps.
Yeah, it will be, but he's had a good drive here, I think Chris has, from 10th.
Sean Larry's now really pushing 0. All them he's really old hard tyres now starting to give up. They are 25 laps old. He's done amazingly well to hang on to them in 2nd place.
TTG still holding off Rocco as well. By
quite a big gap there now.
Yeah.
He just needs that half a second if he can get it.
Nelly had to pit. He's going for fastest lap. That allows Pelly to go through. All these soft runners now, Pelly, Nelly and Jensen, they're all going for fastest lap.
Which I think he's still Jensen in the 16.4 at the minute.
Yes, I believe it is.
Now can Sean Larry have another go down the main straight? He did lose the back end last time onto the main straight. Now he's much closer and got a much better run out of the final corner this time. He should get it easy.
He's got a lot of VRS as well. Zero is out of VRS. He's got 30%.
That's an easy move done.
Very easy move.
Now can he bridge that gap to Brock behind him, which is 2.4 seconds? He needs half a second on this last lap. He's going to have to use all that ERS that he's been saving up just to try and pull away on this final lap.
He's got half a second to try and bridge to keep that podium position. From where all these drivers started though, some of them have had really, really good races.
Oh yeah.
Even with the 2 safety cars, I mean, a few of the front guys did get a bit lucky with that 2nd safety car, but...
Wow, Pelly with a 15.7.
Wow, a 15.7 from Pelly, that's a fast lap. Last lap, Connor coming into the last sector. I don't think there's cars
going to take the wing comfortably, but I'm just watching the gap to second. He's got 2.8. Sean Larry's so close to bridging this gap now. If he can just nail this fight, he may manage to do this.
He's on 2.8. He's
now 2.7, 2.8. Oh, it's so close.
Oh, that's just shot up by a 2.9. It's going to be very, very close. Connor's just won
not managed it.
Sean Larry will move to 3rd at the moment, maybe
down to
4th.
He's moved to 4. 3/10. He just couldn't bridge the gap. And Connor, Zero and Brock are going to be your top 3 as the others start to come over the line. TTG's dropped down to 9th in the end.
TTG has dropped down to 9th. Elfwise doesn't have a penalty.
Lewis is going to do it in 10th, and Pelly will finish the next man over the line. Will Pelly beat Nelly? Yes, he's bridged the gap now by just over 3 seconds, so he's going to hold on to 11th, Nelly in 12th.
Yes, and Jensen's caught quite a bit at the end there. We'll have to,
yeah, it was just unfortunate that on that restart he ended up on the outside and caught the grass, and that just...
Yeah.
Oh, TTG's actually ended up with a 20-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flag.
I don't know if he had a drive-through and he missed it, but that has put him... I don't know how far down that would have put him.
I think it's come after the fact, so I think he's managed to stay alright as Mike gets driver of the
game. Well deserved from the game, actually. He had a very good race. Moved up 6, 7, 8 places. But well done to Connor. He obviously backed out of that lap from the softs to start on mediums.
And it paid dividends in the end.
It did. It really did. So we'll go through the final grid review, guys. Connor first. Zero was second. Brock moved up to 3rd because of Snow Larry's penalty. He was in 4th. Mike was in 5th. Chris Allen moved up to 6th, though. Both had very good races. So did XL Rocco in 7th. GS Smalley was 8th. Elfwise was 9th. TTG takes up the top 10. Pelly got fastest lap and finished 11th. Nelly was 12th. Pedro was 13th. Jensen was 14th in the end. and Lost Souls wasn't there. The DNFs, obviously, then Lost Souls, Henry Rogers, who retired in the pits, I believe. Mitch, who retired in the pits. Ballard Jet, who retired in the pits. I think Dixie Normus had a
Adam did crash,
spin.
unfortunately.
Yes, he had a crash. And they walked, retired in the pits as well. I think we have to give a driver of the day from our comms box.
I'm going to say 0 for me, the way he held onto those tyres for 27 laps at the end and to finish second, having passed to get back into second.
I would say that as well. He drove very well tonight. He obviously defended very well. He lost a couple of places, then brought them back.
And just to run that stint for that long and just control it to the end like he did,
yeah,
I think it's got to be him for me.
Yep, okay. I don't know if we send invites to anyone here or if people join. I can't even... Let me see if anyone will join. We are in our voice chat. I will be back in a sec. We will finish the stream there. Just a recap. Driver of the day from Commsbox was CPI0AK. Driver of the day from the game was Mike. I don't think anyone's going to join.
No, I believe they've all left the session at this point.
Chris is still there, but I think he's away. But no. I don't know their calendar, but I do believe that it is...
it'll be Monaco next.
Monaco next. And looking at
Which
how
is
close
always
that
interesting.
grid was today, it's going to be a very, very interesting race next weekend. Next week even, sorry. On a Wednesday. I will stop the stream there. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you, Rob, for joining me.